Ladies and gentlemen, the 42nd President of the United States, Bill Clinton.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Warren Beatty has had important impacts on my life. First, I have been since childhood a moviegoer. I lived in my imagination. So long before I ever met him in 1972 at the Democratic Convention in Miami for Senator McGovern, I saw Splendor in the Grass when I was 15. It made me wish I were a little older. Then I saw Bonnie and Clyde. It made me grateful I had found a less lethal way to escape rural poverty and obscurity. I later learned it was only slightly less lethal. After we met, just briefly, I was then a young campaign worker for Senator McGovern. And my job was to round up a bunch of votes of people who didn't want to help us to vote on a totally obscure parliamentary maneuver. So I had to work my native state, Arkansas, and they were all supposed to be against McGovern. So I zeroed in on this 19-year-old young woman from Arkansas, and I was determined to get her vote. And she said, I don't understand what you're trying to explain, but I know I'm supposed to vote against you. Whatever you ask, I'm supposed to say no. I said, well, is there any way in the world I could convince you to vote with us? She said, yeah, if you get Warren Beatty to walk on the beach with me. We were in Miami. As God is my witness, 30 minutes later, I get on an elevator, and there he is. I'm a 26-year-old kid who needs a haircut working for McGovern. So I explained the deal to him. He said, sure, I'll do it. 30 minutes later, he walked 100 yards on the beach. That woman voted for us on every single thing from then on. He is the reason you won on the first ballot. Not Gary Hart, Warren Beatty. She later became a school teacher, worked for me in every campaign. In 2008, I was in southern Missouri in Springfield. I look up, and there she is, Judy Nichols, with her little Hillary button on. I said, I can't believe you're still here after all these years. She said, I'm still paying off the beach walk. After that, I loved Heaven Can Wait because it was the first time in life I realized that sometimes you did get second chances. And later on, I realized how much we all need them. I love Bulworth because it came out in a tough year for my presidency, and it reminded me not to take any of it too seriously, but to take it very seriously. Over all these decades, you have shared with us as moviegoers this insatiable hunger for life. That's what I think about when I think of you. I can't even remember how old you are. All I know is that every time I get to talk to you, you have this unbridled hunger to know and to share. And I always wind up thinking, after I see one of your movies, that I saw the story and only later got the message. You gave us all that. Your knowing, your passion, your sharing. It is, I think, a greater gift than you can ever know. Thank you.